Happy New Month is the most wonderful time of the year. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be making the best Danish butter cookies ever using coconut flavor. Stay tuned till the end. These are the ingredients we are going to be using. 8 easy ingredients that you probably have in your pantry. 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoon of coconut flavor, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of shredded coconut, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 cup of butter, and 1 egg yolk. Let's begin. So in a bowl, I'll be using a whisk today. In a bowl, I put in the butter, and using a whisk, like I said earlier, I will mix the butter to make sure it gets to a soft consistency. Remember, as you're mixing, you stop to scrape the sides to make sure everything is getting incorporated nicely. Yep, let's continue to mix. Again, it's a lot better using a whisk to make these cookies because you don't want to overmix. Most likely when you're using a standalone mixer, you have the tendency of over mixing, but you just want some level of mixing. So I added the sugar at this point in time, and I continue to mix using the whisk. And always remember to stop and scrape the sides as you go along. If you're new here, hello, welcome. You're going to love it right here. Thanks for clicking and continue to watch. Most of the time I'll be using my spatula as well to help mix. How are you doing? It's the most wonderful time of the year. Are you excited like me? I just love December. It comes to all the beautiful vibes, all the festivities, and what have you? And sure, lots of baking. And this is a must-try recipe, something you want to add to your family meals and all that, your family gathering. So yes, stick with me. Let's do this together. I stop and I scrape the sides like I said earlier. What are your plans for this season? What do you intend to do? I have so many plans, and part of it is resting. We all have to rest and think of 2023. 2022 has been good. We pray for 2023 to be a lot better. Now I'll be putting in the coconut flavor. Again, it's 1.5 teaspoons of coconut flavor. Let's continue to mix. Yep, sometimes it gets sticky on the whisk. So to make life easier for me, I prefer to use the spatula to just incorporate everything. I added 1 egg yolk. Egg yolk helps to make the cookies tender and makes the cookies smell really good. You want to make sure you add 1 egg yolk to this mixture. Again, you can double up the batch, you can triple up the batch. It all depends on what you want to do. Now in the bowl that contained the flour, I poured in the salt, the shredded coconut, and the cornstarch. Cornstarch helps to make the cookies tender also, as well as crumbly. You don't want to miss adding cornstarch to this recipe. That is what gives that perfect taste in your mouth. Trust me, this tastes a lot better than even the original Danish cookies butter that we used to eat back in the days in residential school or boarding school. So once I put in the dry ingredients, I use a smaller whisk that I have to mix together, and now I poured everything into the bowl that contained the sugar, the butter, the egg yolk, as well as the flavor. So I will mix everything together. It's quite a straightforward and easy recipe. You just want to make sure you measure everything right. I want to make sure you add your cornstarch. At this point, I am completely done using the whisk, so I'll just finalize everything using the spatula. If you're here for your first time, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend. So I will be using a piping case and a big star tip to be able to produce that ring effect. Remember the ring cookie among the cookies in the Danish butter cookies case? Yes, that is what I want to get at this point in time. So watch as I do this. It was quite hard because the dough is harder than a dough for buttercream, but it was doable. So this is me. Let's get this thing going. It's just all about trying to create a circular effect, but the details of the star tip comes out nicely. If you've watched to this point, I am truly grateful, and please share the video and make sure you try it too. You are going to really love these cookies. The kids and I had an amazing time munching on these cookies. Now I was done with that shape. I wanted to get the rest of the shapes of the Danish cookies butter tin, so I decided to use the rest of the dough. So I used a rolling pin to roll out the dough, and I used a parchment paper. So the dough was in between two parchment papers. This helps to give you a clean and perfect roll. So now I used the flower cutter. I created the flower shapes. I used a butterfly cutter, created the butterfly shape. I used the heart cutter to create the heart shape, as well as the other shapes that I felt like made sense. Just continue to watch as I do this. You can use any cutter of your choice to create beautiful shapes, right? You can even use a Christmas tree cutter if you have one, a gingerbread cookies cutter if you have one. Any kind of cutter that you want, you can use it. So I placed them on the tray. I didn't oil my tray with butter or anything like that, because I believe the oil from the dough or from the cookie itself is going to go on the tray, and I think that's enough greasing for me. So you can do that if you want. You can use the parchment paper if you want as well. So yeah, I took another part of the dough, I rolled it to this shape, and I used a very clean knife to cut through. Yep, that's how it looks like. Now I used a toothpick just to create some details on the cookies. Again, I was just trying to go as close as possible to the real thing. Are you still watching? Please comment in the comment section Danish butter cookies, so I will know you actually watched and you loved the video and you tried to engage with me. If you have any question, you feel free to ask also in the comment section. I just continued rolling the little dough that was left and creating whatever shape I felt like creating at that point in time. Yep. Let's continue to work and see how it goes. This is the third of my cookie series for this period. Please check the link above to watch the other cookies I've made, as well as you can also check other videos I've made. I do cakes, I do a whole lot of stuff. So please, you're going to love it right here. And stay engaged, share the video, try the recipes, and do give me feedback. I love to hear from you. We are almost there, almost done. So this was the last one. I just did something cool. So I baked these cookies for about 13 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, between 10 to 13 minutes. Once the cookies were done, I took them off the oven and I poured sugar on top of the cookies. Because the cookies are still hot, it's going to absorb the sugar and just create that beautiful Danish cookies butter feel. This is how the cookies look like. They came out so perfect. They look so great. So I had an empty box of the real Danish cookies butter. So I put the cookies in the box and I was ready to gift it to somebody. If you're looking for holiday gift ideas, this is what you can do. Dollar Store sells amazing boxes like this. You can actually create a nice box of cookies and give to a friend, give to a family, and as well as you can keep it for your family and enjoy it. Hope you liked the video. Thanks so much for watching, and do not forget, life can get really bitter, but you know what? Eat cake, eat cookies to make it sweet. Until next week, enjoy.